Now we have discussed about the construction of ellipse by the eccentricity method. So in this problem is given that is focus distance is 50 from the directrix, and the eccentricity ratio is given by the 2 by 3. Eccentricity ratio is given by 2 by 3. So you know that eccentricity ratio, that is E less than 1 equal to ellipse, and E equal to 1, that's called as a parabola, or otherwise E is greater than 1 means that is called as a hyperbola. So this is the basic norms of the curves. Let's say eccentricity ratio is less than 1 means that is ellipse, equal to 1 means parabola, greater than 1 means hyperbola. So in this problem, that is eccentricity ratio is given E equal to 2 by 3, E equal to 2 by 3. So that is it will be comes on the less than 1, around 0.66. So it less than 1, automatically it goes on a ellipse based on the ellipse. So now that ellipse ratio means, that's eccentricity ratio means Vf by Vc. So what is the Vf means? That is a distance from the vertex to focus, and Vc means distance for vertex to directrix to directrix. Vf equal to vertex to focus, and Vc equal to vertex to directrix. This 2 plus 3 equal to 5 equal division to be considered for this problem. So now we have to first initially, now we draw as a one vertical line. So that is called as a mention as DD. So line is called as a directrix. So again, to as perpendicular line to draw from the directrix, so called axis, that is called as a CC is the axis. So name to be mentioned as C and C dash. Now we have marked as a focus point from directrix equal to 50 From here itself, from you take as a 50 from the axis and mark as a F. Mark as a F. That point will be F. That is the distance is a 50 That is distance is 50 Now we have divided into, that is a CF distance divided into 5 equal division. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 equal division we have considered for this CF distance. CF distance to be equally divided in a 5 equal division. Equal division should be taken. Now we have marked as a vertex point. So what is the vertex points? From third 3 here, that is a 2 by 3. That is a ratio is 2 by 3. That is a 2 equal to Vf and 3 equal to Vc. So 3 division from C and 2 division from F. So you have marked as a V from here itself. That is a 3 division, and here itself having 2 division. Now draw as a one vertical line. So that is a distance is called as Vf. You have take Vf distance to as draw a vertical line. So that is a line to be named as B. Name to be named. That is a distance, VB distance will be equal to Vf. VB distance should be equal to Vf. Now to join the CB line and extend to certain distance. Now make us a one vertical line and equal division up to, that is draw a 16 line to make us a equal division from likewise. It will be taking as a equal division up to the 16 lines. Now we have mark as 1, and this is called as a 1 dash, and this is 2, and this is 2 dash, and this is 3 and 3 dash. Likewise you have 4 dash, and up to you have marked as 16 line, 5 dash, 4 dash, 6 dash. Likewise you have taking as a up to 60. Now you have making as a one complete line you have drawn. Now you have making as that 1 dash as a distance. You have taking a distance from 1 dash, and F as a center. You make as a curve and make as an arc above and below the axis. 1 dash as a distance, F as a center. You make an arc and above the curve and below the line, axis line, above the axis line and below the axis line. Again you take as a two name, as you have mentioned a name, that is a P1 and P1 dash. Second you have taken as a 2 to 2 dash distance, 2 to 2 dash distance, same distance to F as a center to mark above the axis and below the axis. That is called as a P2 and P2 dash. And 3 dash as a center, same F as a 3 dash as a distance, F as a center. You make as an arc above and below the axis. Then P3 P3 dash. Same as well as that's a 4 dash as a distance, F as a center, you make as a arc above and below the axis and mark PP4 dash. Same 5 dash as a distance, F as a center, you make as a arc above and below and 5 dash. Similarly, you make a 6 dash, 7 dash up to 16 dash as a distance, taking as a distance. F as a center, you make as a arc above and below, and you have make as a likewise P1, P2, P3 dash. Likewise, you have mentioned the name up to 15 up to the 16. That is a curve will be 16 dash as a distance. F as a center, you make a curve and 16 dash and P16 as a name. Now this is the V dash, that's a mark. Now you have taken as a V dash. Then you have draw a one smooth curve. So the curve will be passing through V, P1, P2, P3, P4 up to that is a V dash. Again the line is passing through 15 dash, 14, 13 dash, 12 dash up to it comes on V. So line will be passing as I making as a smooth curve, will passing through the wherever that is the intersection, that is line will be passing through the intersection area. So now have obtained the smooth curve of ellipse. So now we have mark as a F dash. So that is a VF distance is V from F is from second division from the V. Similarly, that is a V dash. F having from the second division, you mark as a F dash. That is called as a F dash. So now you have obtained as a one smooth curve. That is a ellipse having a one smooth curve. That is called as a ellipse. Now you have to draw the tangent and normal curve. So normally some of the problem is given as some of the distance for F2 tangent distance given some of the problem. In this problem there is no given as distance. So you take as F, you take any of the distance from the curve. So from here itself you make any of the ellipse, make as a draw a one line. So the point to be mentioned as a P. Again to FP line to make as a perpendicular line, that will be line will be meeting on DD. That line will be meets on DD. It should be having 90 degree for FP. The line should be 90 degree for FP. So then you have meeting point that's called as a T. That point is called as a T. Now to join T and P, one line to be drawn and the line should be meeting as P. So that is a TP line is called as a tangent. That is a TP line is called as a tangent. Now to draw as a normal. So you have taken as TP line, one line draw one perpendicular line that like as a TP. The line will be passing through the P. Line will be passing through the P. So this is called as a normal. So you have mentioned as N. So you have completely one curve for the ellipse with tangent and normal. Tangent and normal. Now you have to check whether its curve is right or wrong. Now you have checked the problem ellipse. So you have to consider for line to draw a one line for any of the point with the ellipse, any of the point to draw a one line, and wherever it will be meet the line, it line to draw extended to DD line. That is called as a C dash, and the meeting point will be called as G. So the ratio of FG and C1G is should be equal to the E. That is eccentricity ratio. That is a FG. The ratio of C1G is equal to E eccentricity. That is around 0.666. So similarly, you have to draw as here itself or here wherever you have draw the line and line to be extended from the directrix line. That ratio will be should be equal to 0.66. That is the line will be equal to 0.66. Or otherwise you have to check another one method to draw a line from F dash to the curve to a line will be meeting on the curve. It's anywhere, and similarly you have to take as F to another one line to draw that here itself. So the line to be named mentioned as G1. So that is a distance of FG1, addition of FG1 and plus F dash G1. So the distance should be equal to VV dash. FG1, the distance of FG1 and plus F dash G1, the distance should be equal to VV dash. That is a equal division becomes on equal division. It's not only for here, you have drawn to be here itself and same line to be joined here itself. So whatever in the curve line, wherever it curve, it should be equal to the VV dash. So this is a, if you have corrected distance, means in the ellipse curve it should be equal. So this is the construction of ellipse eccentricity method.